the next thing is the standard form of any quadratic expression. So when we say quadratic, it means the degree is 2, which means that's the highest exponent that's there is 2. Any standard form of the quadratic expression is ax squared plus bx plus c. So you can factor many quadratic trinomials into 2 binomial factors. Okay? First find the product, which is a times c, so that would be ac or a times c, and a sum b. Then we're going to find common factors. Okay? So the a times c comes from here. Alright, so this is going to be your a times c, so that's your a times c. Okay? And then your b, that's where your b is right there. Okay, so that's where that b is coming from. Okay, so that's what we're going to do down here. Alright. Now, you might already have your own patterns and everything that you've done in the past, because this is review. That's why this is going to be more of a lengthy video, because it is a lot of review, but you can go back and rewind it if you need extra help. Okay, so I'm just going to do just various examples here, and then just see where you go from there. Okay, so your directions are factor each when a is equal to 1, meaning this a right here. Okay, so every coefficient in front of the x squared is going to be a 1. Alright? Okay, so we've got x squared plus 12x plus 32. Probably a lot of you can do it just like that. Okay? For those of you who need some steps, I'm going to show those for you right now. Those of you who don't need this, then that's great. Okay, so those of you who do, here is a process for you to get you started. Okay, so we're going to take our AC. So we've got AC, all right? So that's going to be equal to, the A is always going to be 1 on this one. So this is 1 times, so this is my A is 1, my B is positive 12, and my C is a positive 32. Okay, so you have to take the signs with it. So that's 1, and then my C is 32. And then I actually just do that product. 1 times 32 is 32. Okay, so then I have my B. I'll leave myself a little bit of space. So I've got B equals. Okay, so then I go and I find my B in this expression. So again, this is your A, this is your B, that's your C, so your B is 12. I like to take the sign with it because I help you with that, use that. So that's a positive 32 and a positive 12. Okay, so I like to take that sign with it. Okay, so now since this is a product, you're going to take the numbers that multiply to 32. Okay, so I like to kind of put this in a box so you can kind of see it. So then just give me some numbers that multiply to 32 that will sum to a 12. Okay, so that's what we're doing there. Okay, so, alright, so we got 32. So we have like 2 times 16, or we've got 4 times 8, or we have, that's fine right there. So we've got 2 times 16 and 4 times 8, okay? So you go ahead and list your other factors, 1 times 32, and so on. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take whatever sign this is a plus sign, okay? So that I'm going to add the pair over here to give me a 12, okay? So that's what I'm doing. So I'm adding this pair, okay? So I add the pair from there to give me my 12. So the pair that's going to work on that is my 4 and my 8, because 4 plus 8 is 12. So this is my pair that's going to work there. So I've got 4 and 8. So I'm just going to put 4 and 8 down here. Okay, so now if this is a plus and this is a plus, that means they're both going to be the same sign. Okay, so if this is a positive up here, that means these are both the same signs, whatever that one is, so that's plus plus. So the way it's going to work with our integer rules. Okay, so then over here, we factor it. Okay, when this is 1, it is so much easier. Okay, that means you can automatically just then that's your answer right there. Okay? All right, so we can probably go a little bit faster, so we'll see how it goes. So the first two, I'm really going to, well, the first three, I'm really going to go a little bit slower, okay? All right, so I got x squared minus 6x plus 8. Okay, so the same thing. I'm going to do AC equals, so it's 1. So it's 1, and then times a positive 8. Okay, so then I've got 8. You don't have to put the positive there, but I do like to put it here to emphasize it. Okay, and then I've got my b. Okay, so my b is going to be equal to, let me erase that just a hair. So my b is going to be equal to a negative 6. Okay, so that's a negative 6 there. All right. Okay, so my factors of 8. My factors of 8 are 1 and 8 and 2 and 4. So what numbers multiply, that's that product, multiply to 8, but add to give me my 6. So to add to give me my 6 is going to be my 2 and my 4. Okay, so I put my 2 and my 4 down here. Okay, so again, okay, you can't see that, so okay, I'm going to put them over here. Okay, so I'll put them right here. So b is equal to negative 6, and then I've got 2 and 4. Okay, now when this is a plus sign right here, that means you're going to have the same signs. If that's a negative down here on that b, then they both have to be negatives here. Okay, so over here, that was the same signs, they're both plus. Over here, this is the same signs, they're both minus this time, so you got to watch your signs on that. Okay, all right, and then here we have our answer. So we've got x and x, we can just plot those because it's just 1 and 1. Okay, and then we've got x minus 2 and we have x minus 4. Okay, because when you FOIL this out, when you did FOIL back in Algebra 1, you did x times x, and that's where you get your x squared, and then you have your minus 4x, minus 2x, combine that gives you negative 6x, and then a negative 2 times a negative 4 is a positive 8. So that's what we're doing. We're actually doing FOIL backwards. Okay, so there's those first two right there.